Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. 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 Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Damodarastakam Badana Beshe Harimniskuta Vrindavan Pineshe. Damodarastakam Badana Beshe Harimniskuta Vrindavan Pineshe. Damodarastakam Badana Beshe Harimniskuta Vrindavan Pineshe. Badana Beshe Harimniskuta Vrindavan Pineshe. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Vrindavan Navasasilekhe Lalita Sakeguna Ramita Vishake. 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 Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Karuna Koro Maye Karuna Barita Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite. Karuna Koro Maye Karuna Barita Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite. Karuna Koro Maye Karuna Barita Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite. Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Gokula Taruni Mandala. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Radhe Jayo Jayo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nita go Hari Bo Nita go Hari Bo Nita go Hari Bo Nita go Hari Bo Ishvara damodarastakam ki Srila Prabhupada ki Gopi Manande Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktayo Namo Namaha Ajnanatimendasya Ganangana Salakaya Chaksusumritaya Natasma Shri Gurave Namaha Narayana Namaskritya Narayachavanarotamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Udayayate Nasta Prajasabhade Sunicham Bhagavate Savaya Bhagavati Masloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastake Dhamma Prajetu Kadavota Paramo Nimasram Saranam Satam Vedan Vastavam Atavastam Shivadan Tapatrayo Mulanam Sima Bhagavate Mahamuni Kritenki Bhapara Ishvara Sadhyo Rudi Avarudi Chakatipita Krishna Vandeham Sri Guru Sritam Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Sirupam Sakajatan Sahagana Lalita Shivasakavitamscha Sri Radha Padasahagana Lalita Shivasakavitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jikapati Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radha Bindamriswari Vishabhana Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Da Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Gobindaya Namo Namah Vasudeva Sutam Vande Kansa Chandrabhadana Devaki Paramananda Krishna Vande Jagaguru Vede Ramene Chaba Purane Bharate Jata Adu Adyan Chamade Chari Sabachigayate Mokam Karachivachana Pangu Langarche Gurim Yakipata Vande Paramananda Madhava Namamo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurabhani Pracharine Nibhisesa Sunyavadi Paschade Satarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I thank everyone for coming this morning to our ongoing discourse on the damodarastakam, the pastimes of Lord Damodara or Krishna being bound by Mother Yashoda. So I welcome everyone, and also those who are watching from Vrindavan TV. So yesterday we were talking about how Mother Yashoda, how she bound Krishna, because Krishna was naughty. Krishna was very, very restless. So Mother Yashoda bind Krishna. Even though initially Krishna did not allow himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda, and by employing so many ropes from her household to try to bind Krishna, but the rope was always coming 2 fingers too short. And of course, these 2 fingers too short is a great lesson for us, because 2 fingers too short is just an indication of what aspect of devotional service do we employ. And one of these aspects is the determination. Having a strong vow that yes, I must execute these devotional activities. So, just like many acharyas, they've written about vows, niyam, in terms of what kind of vows that one has to adopt in respect to render devotional service unto Krishna. Just like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote one book called damodarastakam, which means the 10 vows that he has decided to take in the execution of devotional service. So similarly, for one who has become very serious in devotional service, some vows must be there. The vow such as giving up prajapa, just giving up nonsense talks, or what you call it, gramya kata. Gramya kata means the village talk. Because village talk, it basically has no value. Just like, let's say, you are in the forest, the example is a frog that makes so much noise in the forest. When the frog makes noise, what happens? It attracts the snake. So the frog makes noise, kakaka, kakaka. So the snake comes and then eat the frog. So the village talk or Gramya Kata is like that. Gramya Kata is a talk that has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. Normally when devotees, when they meet each other, they talk about Krishna. They share among each other about Krishna. Machita, Magata, Prana, Bodha Yasat Parasparam. Was that Krishna said, Bodha Yasat Parasparam, to Shanticha Ramanticha, the last line. When Lord Krishna said that, when my devotees get together, they talk about me. They enlighten one another about me, and then as a result, they become very, very satisfied. They get so much transcendental bliss, ramanti, which means they get pleasure out of it. But in the spiritual world, if we simply talk about rubbish, talking about gossiping, about mundane things, it does no benefit. It simply brings us death. Death and the repetition of birth and death in this material world. So a devotee must make a vow of giving up all these things. And this vow must be very, very strong. That yes, from today on, I will give up all the bad habits. I will give up talking nonsense. And I'm going to become very, very serious in devotional service to Krishna. The duty which has been given to me to execute, I must be very, very serious in executing those duties. So Mother Yashoda, she was very, very determined to bind Krishna. Even though Krishna, by employing his Vibhuti Shakti, his Vibhuti potency, so Mother Yashoda could not bind Krishna. She could not bind Krishna. And then the neighbors came. They said, oh, Yashoda Maya, Yashoda Didi, your son, he has got a magic. He has a magic of Moini. So therefore, you will not be able to bind him. You will not be able to bind your son, Krishna. But Mother Yashoda, she countered that. She said, what kind of magic my son has? He's just a child. What kind of magic does he have? He doesn't have no magic. He's my son. So therefore, my vow is that I must bind him. That's my vow. Krishna must be bound. Despite so much effort, gathering ropes from everywhere, from her house, throughout the whole Gokul, she gets rope from everywhere. And each time she put the rope together to try to bind Krishna, the rope is always coming 2 inches or 2 fingers too short. Always coming. So she was doing again and again. She was sweating. So much sweat is coming from her forehead. Sweating, her flowers which decorated her hair was all coming down because of so much effort trying to bind Krishna. But she wasn't successful. She was not successful in trying to bind Krishna. So all the gopis, they are watching her. They are simply laughing. That, oh, Yashoda Maya, you cannot bind your son. You cannot bind him. So they were all laughing, at her. Still, despite all this obstacle, which is make it impossible for her to bind Krishna, still, she will not give up. She make us a vow become much more stronger that yes, I must bind my son Krishna. So after some time, seeing her vows, her determination, so Krishna allowed his Karuna Shakti, the potency of compassion, to come into play, and then eventually she bind Krishna to the wooden grading mortar in the courtyard of her house. So she finished binding Krishna. So to her, I said, now Krishna will not be restless anymore. He will not go anywhere to cause any disturbance because she had bound him to the wooden grading mortar. And after this binding, she went into the house to take care of all their household affairs. Because she has to boil the milk, she has to churn the butter, all these things. But all these activities is all meant to please Krishna. All activities only for Krishna alone. So in the meanwhile, Krishna is bound to the wooden grading mortar. Mother Yashoda, she went to the house, inside the house. So Krishna is left in the courtyard with his friends. There are some friends, some Krishna's friends, who were also there in the courtyard, like his cowherd friend. They are the same age, 2 years old, 3 years old. Small child. So, and of course, when they saw that Krishna was being bound by Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda was not being successful, so they were also laughing that, oh, Krishna is not possible to bind him. So they were also laughing. Then eventually, of course, Mother Yashoda, she bind Krishna. So after Mother Yashoda had gone to the house, then Krishna told his friend that, oh, my friend, untie me because I need to go into the house of the gopis and steal some butter so that if I go to the house of the gopis, see some butter, I can feed you. I can feed you, all of us, we can have fun together. I can feed you this butter. So therefore, you should all unbind me, you should all untie me, because Krishna is tightly bound to the wooden grading mortar. And of course, this binding is not ordinary binding. It is a bind that was done with a rope of love by Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, she has the highest Vatsaya Prem for Krishna. So because she has the highest Vatsaya Prem to Krishna, she bound Krishna, nobody can untie it. Because nobody has the level of prayer that Mother Yashoda has. Nobody has that kind of prayer. So when she banned Krishna, nobody else can unbind. So Krishna told his friend that, my dear friends, untie this rope so that, tomorrow I can give all of you, butter. So his friends, they started trying to untie the rope. So all of them, they were trying to untie the rope, trying, but they were unable to untie it. Unable. They tried, still unable to untie the rope. So they told Krishna, oh Krishna, this rope is too tight. Mother Yashoda make it so tight that it's impossible for us to untie it. Even though they make all their effort, they said, this rope is too tight. We cannot untie this rope. And there was nobody else around who can rescue Krishna. And then Krishna looked forward in the courtyard and he saw these two trees. They call them Arjuna trees, Yamal Arjuna trees, two trees. And these trees has been standing in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj for hundreds of years. So Krishna is thinking that these two trees are there, and these two trees, they have been there because of the cause of my devotees, my dear devotee Narada. So these two trees who were previously demigods, they've been here in the form of trees because of some offense. So therefore, I must deliver them. So you can see Krishna is being tied by Mother Yashoda, is unable to free himself from this binding. But now he's thinking of delivering those two demigods who are in the form of a tree. He wants to deliver them from the bondage of materialistic existence. So Satyavata Muni, in his prayer, so he had said in the damodarastakam, he said, Kuvera ma jaobada mutaiva yadva Twaya mochito bhakti bada kitaucha Tata prema bhakti swakame prayacha Namokshe gravo mesti damodariha. So this is Satyavata Muni, who has been making these wonderful prayers to Damodara, called damodarastakam. So he composed this prayer. So he said, oh Damodara, even though you are bound with a rope to the grinding mortar by your mother, you set the two sons of Kuvera, Nalakuvara and Manigriva, free from Sri Narada's curse, that they live as twin Arjuna trees, and enable them to become recipients of the highest possible attainment, bhakti. In the same way, please profusely bestow upon me prema bhakti for you. I long for this alone. I do not want any other kind of liberation. So just before I continue my commentary, I'll just read a little bit from Srila Sanatana Goswami's commentary on this sloka. So Srila Sanatana Goswami said, in the previous verse, Sri Satyavata Muni prayed for direct darshan of Sri Bhagavan with great eagerness, because he was overcome by a special kind of prema vishesh. However, due to the extraordinary longing in his prayers, a form of prema bhakti instantly awakened, indicating the sprout of prema or the stage of bhava bhakti, causing him to realize that such direct darshan is only rarely accomplished. Therefore, having determined that prema bhakti is certainly the only means to attain that darshan, he now prays to Sri Krishna with the hope of attaining prema bhakti. Alternatively, the sage fears that his mind will not be satiated after having Sri Bhagavan's darshan only once, and at the same time, he dreads the agony of separation from him when he will not be able to see him the very next moment. He therefore prays to attain prema bhakti, having ascertained that prema bhakti is the sole means of capturing the Lord forever. So the sage, Satyavrata Muni, is indicating of how these two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nala Kuvera, they were caused to be a tree. They were caused to be in the form of a tree by Sri Narada Muni. So first, when Sri Krishna, after being bound by his mother, first he told his friends to untie him, but they tried, they were unable to do so, telling Krishna that the rope is too tight. And then Krishna looked at these two trees, the Yama-Arjuna tree. So within his mind, you know that this is devotees. They actually, because these two trees, Yama-Arjuna, they were the sons of Kuvera. They were also the associates of Lord Shiva. So being associate of Lord Shiva, they also the devotees of him. But they are in the form of these trees. So Krishna wanted to deliver them. But he simply told his friend that, oh, my dear friends, these two trees, I want you to help me to push this ulka, this Gani Mata, between these two trees, so that if I pull the Gani Mata and you push it, this rope that is binding me, this rope may be broken. So Krishna said that the rope that is binding him, the rope may be broken if he pulled the Gani Mata, and his friends they push this ulukal. So this is Krishna's intention. So now let's go into the background of these trees. So from the Bhagavatam in the 10th canto, chapter 10, so Sukadeva Goswami, he was narrating the event of these two sons of Nala Kuvera. He was narrating the event, how these two sons of Nala Kuvera, how they come to be in the form of a tree. So Sukadeva Goswami, he said, Sisukovacha Rudrasya no charao bhutva sudripto dana datmajao kailaso pavane ramye mandakin ya madot katao varuni madiram pitva Madago netaloch. Now, Sri Janai Anugayad bis Chera tu Puspite Bane. So Sukati Goswami is talking to Parikshit Maharaj. So he said that, "Oh, King Parikshit, because the two sons of Kuvera had been elevated to the association of Lord Shiva, of which they were very much proud, they were allowed to wander in a garden attached to Kailas Hill on the bank of the Mandakini River. Taking advantage of this, they used to drink a kind of liquor called Varuni, accompanied by women singing after them. They will wander in that garden of flowers, their eyes always rolling in intoxication." So these two persons, they were elevated to such exalted position in the being associate of Lord Shiva. So, and then in the Mandakini, which is the Ganga, so which is situated in the garden, which is in Shiva's abode. So these two sons of Kuvera, they were drinking liquor beverage, Varuni. Varuni is a kind of a liquor beverage which is made of honey. And this liquor beverage, it makes one intoxicated. I've not seen it. I think the same beverage Lord Balaram will normally drink. He drinks this Varuni beverage. And sometimes when he drinks, he becomes intoxicated. Sometimes. And then he play with his friends. So that's why sometimes on the Lord Balaram's appearance day, sometimes devotees start to make a version of Varuni, which is a drink made up of honey and whatever ingredient may be there. So these two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nala Kuvera, Manigriva and so they were drinking intoxicated, and they were sporting in the lake adjacent to the river. In the lake of Mandakini, they were sporting there. They were sporting, playing along with the heavenly girls, heavenly society girls, the Apsaras. So they were sporting there naked. They were not wearing any clothes, sporting there naked. So not wearing any clothes. They were drinking liquor and dancing, and all that with these heavenly girls. So Sukade Goswami said, Anta Pravishya Gangayam Amboja Banarajni Chitra Datu Yuvati Bi Ajamiva Kare Nabu. So within the waters of the Mandakini Ganges, which were crowded with gardens of lotus flowers, the two sons of Kuvera will enjoy young girls, just like the two male elephants, enjoying in the water with female elephants. So these two sons of Kuvera, they will enjoy themselves in an intoxicated manner with the girls. The girls were also in the same mood. They also enjoying with them. Everyone was naked, the girls and these two sons, they were all naked, enjoying each other together. So Srila Prabhupada wrote in a purport, he said that the people generally go to the Ganges to be purified of the effects of sinful life. But here is an example of how foolish foolish persons enter the Ganges to become involved in sinful life. It is not that everyone becomes purified by entering the Ganges. Everything spiritual and material depends on one's mental condition. So this is very, very important point. That everything in spiritual and material life depends on one's mental condition. People go to places of pilgrimage, like especially here in Vrindavan. So people come here, they may take bath in the Yamuna or do parikrama. But not everyone have the same intention. Normally, people come to Vrindavan to be purified of materialistic life and to pray for the engagement in bhakti. But majority of the people do not have the mentality. Most people, by tradition, that people come to Vrindavan and they do parikrama, it's a traditional thing. So people just come because of that tradition only. Okay, it's a tradition, I come to Vrindavan, I do parikrama and this and that. So you find people, they come, they listen to music, they listen to mundane music, and they're doing their parikrama. So which means the intention is not to have association of sadhu. That's not the intention. The intention is just another, it's like extension of one's sense enjoyment, basically. It's an extension. Like, okay, let's say you're in Delhi, it's such it's too crowded, sometimes very, very depressing because in a big city. So you want to come to Vrindavan to have some time off. So you want to come to Vrindavan to have some time off so that, you can have some relaxation. So therefore people come to Vrindavan. And of course, unfortunately nowadays, because people's mentality, Vrindavan has become very, very crowded. So many people in Vrindavan coming every day. I remember when I first came here, Vrindavan used to be very, very quiet. That time, there was no paved road on Parikrama. No paved road, not too many buildings. As a matter of fact, after the Bhaktivedanta Swami gate here, everything is forest. Everything is forest after Bhaktivedanta Swami gate. And the evening time, after 6 p.m., you don't want to go past the Bhaktivedanta Swami gate because full of dacoits. Everything is forest, so the forests are full of dacoits. But now it's different now. Everything has become kind of cosmopolitan. Too many buildings is there. But the intention is not of people who have made Vrindavan become this way. Their intention is not because of Prema Bhakti. That's not the intention. The intention is just to enjoy themselves, just to have another materialistic sense of enjoyment. So even though these two sons of Kuvera, they were in the Ganges, normally when you enter the Ganges, you are purified of all your sinful life. When you enter the Ganges, but these two sons of Kuvera, they are inside the Ganges and they are simply extending their sinful life by bathing naked with women, bathing naked, and also being intoxicated. Bathing naked and being intoxicated state. So therefore, Prabhupada mentioned that he said everything spiritual material depends on one's mental condition. So therefore, we always have to analyze our mentality. When we go to a place of pilgrimage, what is our mentality? What mentality are we having? Like Prabhupada used to say, that if you come to Vrindavan, don't spend more than 3 days in Vrindavan. Prabhupada used to say that. Don't spend more than 3 days. Because you think that Vrindavan is a place of enjoyment. Whereas Vrindavan, or any place of pilgrimage, is supposed to mean whereby you meet the sadhus, whereby you try to get sadhu sangha, association of the sadhus, and hear from sadhus, hear from them about Krishna Katha, make inquiry from them, and render some service. This is the whole purpose of coming to a place of pilgrimage. But average numbers of people who are coming, that is not their mentality. So these two sons of Kuvera, this is the situation. Yadrichaya cha divasi, Bhagavans tatra kaurava, apashyam narado devam, shibanao samabuddhyata. So, by some auspicious opportunity, he said Yadrichaya, by some coincidence, Narada Muni was passing by. But it's mentioned here, by some auspicious opportunity for the two boys. So the great saint, Devashi Narada, once appeared there by chance. Yadrichaya means by chance. Seeing them intoxicated, with rolling eyes, he could understand their situation. So Narada Muni looked at them, these two boys, said that, oh, these two boys, they are so intoxicated. They are so intoxicated that they did not even notice that the great sage Narada Muni had come by. They did not even notice that the great sage Narada Muni has come by. They simply remain naked in the waters of Ganges, the Mandakini. So the verse quoted in the purport, it mentions Sadhu Sangha, Sava Sasha Koi, Lava Matri Sadhu Sangha, Sava Shidi, that the association of the Sadhu is been mentioned in the scriptures, that even a moment of association, one can attain the topmost benefit. One can attain all perfection. So when Narada Muni, when he saw these two sons of Kuvera, he understands the situation. So now we're going to know. So first, Sukade Goswami said, Tan Distra Bidita Devyo, Bibashtriya Sapa Sankita, Basansi Payadu Sigram Bishwaso Naiba Gojakao. So upon seeing Narada, the naked young girls of the demigods were very much ashamed. Afraid of being cursed, they covered their bodies with their garments. But the two sons of Kuvera did not do so. Instead, not caring about Narada, they remained naked. So you can see the intoxication of materialistic engagement. When one is intoxicated, one becomes blind to reality. One becomes blind to reality. So the girls, when they saw Narada Muni, they know that if Narada Muni should see them naked, it will curse them. Normally, when you are naked, in your next life, you become a tree. You become a tree. I've seen some pictures or some forest whereby you see some trees, they have the form of a woman. You see some tree, they have like the form of a woman or some. Because these trees, they were previously, human beings in their previous life. You see them. So those who like to remain naked, so in their next life they become trees. There they can be naked for a long period of time in their next life. So the maidens, on seeing Narada Muni, they immediately covered themselves. But these two boys did not. These two sons of Kuvera did not cover themselves. they simply, because of intoxication, their eyes rolling, so they simply remain naked in front of Narada Muni. And then, Tamdishtua Madhura Matao Sri Mando Surat Majao Tayo Anugrahabas Chitaya Sapam Dasham Idam Jagao. So he mentioned seeing the two sons of the demigods naked and intoxicated by opulence and false prestige, Devasi Narada, in order to show them special mercy, desired to give them a special cause. Thus, he spoke as follows. Because these two sons, they were so intoxicated, they did not notice that the great sage is there. They did not see that the great sage is there because they are so intoxicated. So, but Narada Muni is a great personality. In reality, Narada Muni normally, he has no, he never have any ill feelings towards anyone. Actually, the name of Narada means Narada. Da means giver, the giver, the one who gives. He gives to human being. Narada, he gives. What does he give? He gives bhakti. He gives knowledge. He gives devotional knowledge to human being. So therefore it's called Narada, the one who gives. Dadati. That means one to gives. That's what it means. So in this particular circumstance, he apparently became angry seeing these two sons of Kuvera. He became very angry. He became angry not because of jealous anger or anything like that. He became angry seeing the pitiful condition of these two sons of Kuvera. He became angry seeing their pitiful conditions. So Narada Muni, so he spoke, he think of how he can rectify these two sons of Kuvera. How he can rectify them. So he became angry, seeing them. So he said, Nayanyo Yusato Joshan, Buddhi Brahmsu Rajoguna, Shima Dat Abhijat Yahi, Yatrasi Dutam Asabah. So Narada Muni said, among all these abstractions of material enjoyment, the attraction of riches bewilders one's intelligence more than having beautiful bodily features. Taking birth in an aristocratic family and being learned. When one is uneducated but falsely puffed up by wealth, the result is that one engages his wealth in enjoying wine, women, and gambling. So Srila Prabhupada said in the purport that among the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, people are certainly conducted by the lower qualities, namely passion and ignorance, and especially by passion, conducted by the mode of passion, one becomes more and more involved in material existence. Therefore, human life is meant for subduing the modes of passion and ignorance and advancing in the mode of goodness. I think in the prayer, I think the prayer of Queen Kunti, whereby she said, Jamasra, what's that? Jamasraya Sutta Subi Edamana Padapama. Naiva, what is that? In the term Tona Kinchana Gocha is. Anyway, in this prayer, Kuikunti said that the prosperity, the wealth, this prosperity, having a beautiful body, or being taking birth in the aristocratic family, or having intelligence, these are intoxication. It's considered to be intoxication. So Kuikunti said that for those who are so proud of these things, they cannot attain you, Krishna. She was praying to Krishna. Jama Asho Shita Sudi Edamana Matapi said that those who are forced by the prestige of riches, beautiful body, wealth, and aristocracy, said they cannot attain you. Said that therefore you attain only by Tvam Akinchana Gochara, which means for those who consider nothing to be their own in this material world, those who are Akinchana, who consider nothing to be their own in this material world, which means the giving up any kinds of materialistic possession. And that's why the devotees of Chaitanya Prabhu, they are known basically by their renunciation. By their renunciation, the devotees of Mahaprabhu, they renounce everything of this material world. Chatan Azesha Mandalapati, they give up everything in this material world. Even though they were, as they said they were Mandalapati, they were the masters of the universe, they own everything. Personality like Rupa Goswami, Santa Goswami, Raghunadas Goswami, they were so rich. They were so rich that even their wealth is said to rival that of King Indra. But on meeting Mahaprabhu, they gave up all these things. They gave it up and they went to beach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghunadas Goswami is so detached that after he went to Jagannath Puri to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will beg, he will stand, in order for him to eat, he would stand at the gate of Jagannath temple, along with the beggars, he will stand to beg for some food, for something to eat. This is someone who is so rich, who came from such a rich background, but he gave it up, He mentioned that the Goswamis, when they renounce everything, it's like when you go to toilet, you finish passing, and you come out, you don't look back. Once you finish passing the toilet, you don't look back. That's, So it's that kind of mentality that they have. Once they renounce, they give it out, they go to Mahaprabhu, they did not look back at anything. So one time, the father of Raghunadas Goswami, he asked people who had come from Jagannath Puri, he asked them that, how is my son doing? How's my son doing? Because he knows that his son is now with Chaitanya Prabhu. He said, how's my son doing? So they gave him a report that, well, your son Raghunath is such a renounced person, is very, very famous, so renounced, is with Chaitanya Prabhu. But hearing about the renunciation of Raghunadas Goswami, the father was not happy. So he sent some money and some brahmanas to go to Puri and to go and look after Raghunadas Goswami. He sent some money so that they can look after his welfare. But when these persons, when they reached Jagannath Puri, they did not, Raghunadas Goswami did not accept. Why should I accept something coming from the materialist? That was he did not accept. So this is the Now the Muni said, Hayante Pasavu Yatra, Nida Yai Agitatma Bi, Maya Manai Imam Deham, Ajara Mitsu Naswaram. Unable to control their senses, rascals who are falsely proud of their riches or their birth in aristocratic families are so cruel that to maintain their perishable bodies, which they think will never grow old or die, they will kill poor animals without mercy. Sometimes they kill animals merely to enjoy an excursion. So this is some of the characteristics of those who are very puffed up, very proud of their materialistic possessions, who are very, very proud. Because they are so proud of their bodies, they are so proud of their situation that they commit all kinds of sins. They commit all kinds of sins, even though the body is not going to last forever. The body only comes, the body stays for some time, and after a period of time, then one has to give up the body. But for those who are so proud by the opulence of material life, they think that they will live forever. They think they will live forever. So Narada Muni, he was basically talking, feeling pity of these two sons of Kuvera. He felt very pity for them, seeing how they are living. So Narada Muni is about to deliver course to them. He's about to deliver course to them, to these two sons of Kuvera. Now, and of course, the extinction of a poor person is being given, because normally when someone is very, very poor, they are usually very, very humble, and in such a situation, they can meet a saintly person. So Narada Muni said, Daridra Shaiva Yujante Sadava Samadashina Sadbi Kshinoti Tam Tasantata Hara Vishudyate. Saintly persons may freely associate with those who are poverty-stricken, but not with those who are rich. A poverty-stricken man, by association with saintly persons, very soon becomes uninterested in material desires, and the dirty things within the core of his heart are cleansed away. So we can see that in this world, it's very easy for those who have no material possession. It's easy for them to associate with saintly persons. Because the saintly persons, they have no interest in the acquisition of this material world. They have no interest in the acquisition of this material world. They live very, very, simple life. Their life is very simple. And because they mainly have interest in the ultimate welfare of all living entities. So therefore, those who are without any material possessions, they easily associate with the sadhus, whereas those who are rich, who are very rich, because they are so rich, having wealth, and because of pride, they think that everyone should come to them. They think that everyone should come to them begging. So therefore, those kind of persons, they will never get the association of saints. Because they think that they are above the sadhus, the saintly person, they are above them. So therefore, the saintly person should simply come and beg from them. That's what they are thinking. Just like sometimes you find so many rich persons, they become, like they come here to Vrindavan, many rich persons, and so they are so rich, and you will find so many so-called sadhus, they'll be running after them, trying to get their good grace. So you find that the so-called, we call them the fake sadhus. But the real sadhus, they have no interest in anyone's. Even they don't even want to meet any so-called rich persons. You find Chaitanya Prabhu, when he was in Puri, when he arrived in Puri, that time the king of Puri, King Prataparudra, he wanted to meet Chaitanya Prabhu. So he begged Sabon Bhattacharya that he should request meeting with Chaitanya Prabhu. But when Sabon Bhattacharya asked Chaitanya Prabhu, Mahaprabhu said that, what are you asking me? This is poison. What are you asking me? Don't ask me this question. Don't make this request that I should meet the king. And if you continue making this request, I will leave Jagannath Puri. So Chaitanya Prabhu said this. Like the devotee, we say that it's better to be in a cage with lion, to be locked up in a cage with lion, than to be in association of materialistic persons. So they consider being in a cage of a lion, ferocious lion, than being in the association of the materialistic so-called rich people. Because such association is very contaminating. So this what happened. So because these two persons, they were so intoxicated, so Narada Muni said, Tadaham Matayo Madhya Barun Yasi Madandayo Tamo Madan Harishyame Senayo Ajita Mano. Therefore, since these two persons drank with the liquor named Varuni or Madhvi, and unable to control their senses, have been blinded by the pride of celestial opulence, and have become attached to women, I shall relieve them of their false prestige. So Narada Muni decided now to show them mercy. Because Narada Muni is very, very compassionate. He wants to show them mercy, but in a different way. So I want to show them mercy. So Narada Muni, I just read the translation. So these two young men, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, are by fortune the sons of the great demigod Kuvera. But because of false prestige and madness after drinking liquor, they are so fallen that they are naked but cannot understand that they are. Because of being drunk, they cannot see themselves being naked. The girls who saw Narada Muni naked, when they were naked, but they could immediately understand, so they immediately covered themselves when they saw the sage coming. But these two sons of Kuvera, they were so drunk that they could not notice the presence of Narada Muni. This is due to the being intoxicated by material prosperity. So therefore, because They are living like trees, for trees are naked, but are not conscious. These two young men should receive the bodies of trees. This will be proper punishment. Nonetheless, after they become trees, and until they are released, by my mercy, they will have remembrance of their past sinful activities. Moreover, by my special favor, after the expiry of 100 years, by the measurement of the demigods, they will be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudev face to face, and thus revive their real position as devotees. So Madanograhat, this is the specific word that used in this composition. He said, Atuataha stabaratan shatan naivan jatapunan smriti shamat prasadena tatapi madanograhat. So by my mercy, this was Narada Muni said, because Narada Muni is the ultimate benefactor of everyone. Even though he appeared to be angry with these two sons, but he's angry seeing their unfortunate situation, because these two boys, those two sons of Kuvera, they've lost their senses. So they lost their senses, so therefore they are naked in the water of Ganga, which is a great offense itself, because Ganga is a holy river. So how can you be naked in such a holy river? So it's a great offense, great sin. But Narada Muni will he want to show them mercy. That yes, they are naked, just like trees. Just like trees, they are naked. So therefore, they're going to attain the body of trees for 100 years. 100 celestial years. They will attain the body of trees for 100 celestial years. And after the expiration of these 100 years, then they will come to meet the Supreme Lord face to face. They will come to meet the Supreme Lord face to face after 100 years. So this 100 years is the now Narada Muni caused them to take birth on earth. On earth, because after all, the earth planet is the only place whereby one can either elevate oneself or degrade oneself. So the 100 years, this is according to the calculation of the demigods, which translate to be 36,000 years of our time. So for 36,000 years, they will have to remain on earth. And now, Narada Muni again give them special mercy that yes, for 100 years, they will be in the form of a tree, the body of a tree, but they'll be able to remember their previous sinful activities. They will have a remembrance. Normally, the trees, usually they are in a tama. They are not conscious of it. They are not conscious of anything. No remembrance of anything. They are in the form of a tree. In that case, so that they'll be able to develop humility. They'll be able to become humble, because when you know the reason why you are punished, when you know the reason why you are punished, then you can become humble. And then by being humble, then it's possible to develop the devotional mentality. So in this case, they take birth, not birth, they appear on earth in the tree, but it so happened, the place happened to be in Gokul. In Gokul. And not just Gokul, in the palace of Nanda Maharaj. So they were there in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj for a long period of time. They were there. And because of this special mercy which Narada Muni had given, that they be able to come face to face with the Supreme Lord, and also they be fully conscious. So when Krishna appeared in the house of Nanda Maharaj, so they actually saw Krishna's pastimes. They were able to witness all Krishna's childhood pastimes. They're able to witness. This is their special fortune, that they're able to see all the childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna. Just like there was one person, his name was Busundi. This is a famous narration from the Ram Lila. So Busundi was a person who was caused to be a crow. He was caused to be a crow. Actually, Lord Shiva caused him to become a crow because this person was very, very offensive to his guru. So Lord Shiva caused him to become a crow. But the guru was very compassionate to this disciple. So the guru petitioned Lord Shiva that please forgive this disciple of mine. Kindly forgive him for his offense. So Lord Shiva said that my cause cannot be reversed to become a crow, kaka. This cause cannot be reversed. However, this person, he became a crow in the courtyard of Maharaj Dasarath. He became a crow in the courtyard of Maharaj Dasarath so that he'd be able to see the pastimes of Lord Ram. So this person was called Kaka Busundi, which means Busundi the crow, and then he saw all the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra right from the childhood. Because he was in the courtyard, he was there as a crow. So he saw the pastime. And then he was able to narrate Lord Ram's pastimes. Actually, Tulsi does in his Ramcharitamanas. So part of the account which Tulsi does use as his reference is all coming from the narration of Kaka Busundi. So certain persons, they get this kind of benefit. They get this kind of mercy, whereby they are taking certain birth, even though such birth may not be so auspicious, but it's actually a blessing. It's actually a blessing because they get to experience the lost pastimes. So these two trees, they get to experience, they get to see Lord Krishna from the childhood. So now, Krishna is telling his friend that I wanted to push this tree because Krishna, he has intention, because he wants to deliver these two trees. Because you need to fulfill the prediction of Narada Muni. And the fact that these two trees, they've been previously associates of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. So because these two persons, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, They were associates of Lord Shiva, so they are essentially his devotee. So of course they've strayed. They've went off the path and become intoxicated, and which resulted in being caused by another money. Now Krishna now wants to deliver them by this. He wants to relieve them from this cost. He wants to relieve them. He wants to show them ultimate grace to fulfill the prediction of Nada Muni. So Krishna started pulling. He started pulling the mortar. He was pulling. Krishna was in his hands and knee. He was ascending, and he was going towards the tree. And his friends, they were pushing behind. They were pushing the mortar behind while he was going in the front. And then as he was going in front, then the mortar is straddled the two trees, the Yamala Juna trees. It straddled them. So Krishna then pulled this tree because it was there between two trees. So Krishna pulled the trees, and immediately the two trees crashed down. They fell down with such a heavy, mighty noise. So they came down. They crashed down, these two trees, which have been standing there for the past 36,000 years. It crashed down, and then from there, the two persons came out. Two persons came out in a very beautiful form, in a beautiful demigod form. So these two persons came out, and these two persons, of course, this is the Manigriva and Nalakuvera. Now they were delivered from this cause of Nada Muni. So they were delivered, and then so in order to fulfill the prediction of Nada Muni. So it's mentioned, Krishna Krishna Mahayogins, Twamadya Purusham Para, Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam, Rupam Te Brahmana Bidu. So these persons, they were delivered by Krishna. Now, as a two beautiful demigods, they stood in front of Krishna. Krishna was still tied, he was still tied. He was on his unders on the ground, with his tied to the grounding mortar. But these two, they were simply stood before Krishna, and then they were making prayer. Oh, Lord Krishna, your opulent mysticism is inconceivable. You are the supreme, original person, the cause of all causes, immediate and remote, and you are beyond this material creation. Learned Brahmanas know, on the basis of the Vedic statements, 7 Kalamidam Brahman, that you are everything under this cosmic manifestation in its gross and subtle aspect. It's your form. So these two demigods, Nalakuvera, in their liberated state, they are seeing Krishna as he is. They are seeing Krishna who he is. This is the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, they call him Krishna, they address him as Mahayogin. Mahayogi, the supreme mystic power, because by his will, everything is everything is manifested, and by his will, everything is destroyed in the material world. So he is the cause of all causes. He is the cause of all causes. So this demigod, they were making this prayer, even though, yes, they are looking at Krishna being bound. But they know that the binding of Krishna is not ordinary binding. Krishna is being bound by the rope of affection. Rope of affection of his devotee. Krishna, he allowed himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda. He allowed himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda. But these two demigods, they are praying, the oh Krishna, Mahayogi, you are the cause of all causes. By your will, the whole material world is simply manifested by your will. Tomeka Savabhutanam Deva Atmendriya Swaraha. Tomeva Kalu Bhagavan Vishnu Abhyayam Ishvara. Tom Maham Prakriti Sukshman Raja Sattva Tamomayi. Tomeva Puruso Adakshaha Savakshetra Bikarabit. So they said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of everything. The body, life, ego, and senses of every living entity are your own self. You are the Supreme Person, Vishnu, the imperishable controller. You are the time factor, the immediate cause, and you are material nature consisting of the three modes, goodness and ignorance. You are the original cause of this material manifestation. You are the super soul, and therefore you know everything within the core of the heart of every living entity. So this is the prayer of this two person in a Manigriva of Nag. So their prayer continued like this, and then ultimately they were praying for loving devotion. They were praying for Prem Bhakti, because it's only by Prem Bhakti that Krishna can be bound, just like Mother Yashoda bound Krishna with Prem Bhakti. That Krishna come under the control of the love of the devotees, not by any other means. Because those who simply have the knowledge of his supreme majesty, Krishna's supreme majesty, Krishna's supreme dominion over everything, those who simply have that knowledge, Krishna is not bound by them. Those who have knowledge of his majesty, of his omnipotence of everything, how he controls. So Krishna is not bound, but Krishna is bound by the love of his devotees, who simply love Krishna, just as one love one's relatives. So even though Krishna is there as a baby is tied up, they did not make attempt to untie Krishna. They did not make attempt to untie Krishna, because they know that this rope which tie Krishna is not an ordinary rope. So they did not even make an effort. They didn't say, oh, our dear Lord Krishna, you've liberated us from this form of trace. So therefore, let us untie you. Let us untie you. Because even if they try, they will not be successful. They cannot. The only person who can untie Krishna is Nanda Maharaj. Because Nanda Maharaj has similar love, just as Mother Yashoda. Nobody can untie Krishna. So, and of course, these two persons, after they pray from Prem Bhakti from Lord Krishna, so the Lord granted them that yes, you will attain Prem Bhakti, you will take birth here in Braja, you take birth, and then you become my associate. So now Lord Srila Jiva Goswami, he had written his nice book called Gopal Champo, And Gopal Champu is basically a narration of Krishna's pastime, Krishna birth, activities in Vrindavan. And this narration was done through the mouth of two persons, Madhukanta and Snigrakanta, two persons. And these two persons were actually Manigriva and Nalakovera. So now, in their pure forms, having taken birth in Braj, now they're able to recount, they're able to narrate the activities of Krishna in Vrindavan. So these two persons, Madhukanta and Snigrakanta, very, very beautiful story is there in the beautiful narration is there in the Gopal Champu. So after the falling of the trees, there was a big noise which resounded in Vrindavan, big noise, so much so that this big noise could be heard in Govardhan, as far away as Govardhan, because this took place in Gokul, but it vibrated throughout the whole Braj area. So everyone rushed to the scene, everyone rushed to the spot to see what has happened. And then Balaram came. He came there. When Balaram came there, when he saw the trees falling down, and he saw Krishna being bound to because Krishna is still bound to the Grandi Mata, because Manigriva and Nalakovera, they left. But Krishna is still bound to the wooden Grandi Mata. So when Balaram came and saw Krishna being bound to the Grandi Mata, he became very angry. He said, "Who has done this? Who has done this to my brother? Binding him to the Grandi Mata? Who has done this?" He was so angry, like anything. He was so angry, like he was like ready to destroy the universe. So one of the boys whispered to his ear, said that this is Yashoda Maya who has done this. It's Mother Yashoda that has bound Krishna. So when Balaram heard this, so he became quiet. He said, "Oh, okay." So he stepped aside, he became quiet. Because, Mother Yashoda banned Krishna. So who else can ban him? So eventually, Nanda Maharaj came. So Nanda Maharaj, of course, was not happy to see Krishna being bound to the wooden Grandi Mata. He wasn't happy. And especially the loud noise that came about, that Krishna could have been hurt by these falling trees. So Nanda Maharaj, he untied the rope and he put Krishna on his lap, And then Krishna was crying, then Nanda Maharaj asked Krishna that, "Who has done this to you?" Krishna said that, "Oh, my mother has done this, my mother has done this." In the meanwhile, Mother Yashoda, hearing the big falling trees that was falling down, she became so sad, so unhappy that, what has happened? What has happened? This cloud affected my son. She became so unhappy, so sad that she could not even say anything. She just remained numb. She remained numb, and then Krishna told Nanda Maharaj that, "My dear father, now I simply want to stay with you only. I want to be with you only. I don't want to go to my mother, because she had bound me. I don't want to go to my mother. I simply want to stay with you." And then Nanda Maharaj asked Krishna that, "If you don't go to your mother, how will you drink milk? How will you drink your milk, your breast milk?" Krishna says, "I will drink milk supplied by you only. I will not go to my mother. I will not sleep with my mother. I will only drink milk supplied by you." So Nanda Maharaj will get nice milk coming from the cows, and he will give this to Krishna to drink. And then there was a lot of dramas that happened, lot of drama that is there. And then eventually, Krishna after 3 days, Krishna eventually went back to his mother. Because for those 3 days, Mother Yashoda, she will not eat or drink anything. She will simply remain numb. She will not drink or eat anything. Because of deep, deep loving affection for her child. So Mother, she will not eat or drink. Because Krishna is alive. So eventually, Krishna went back to his mother, and then she started feeding her, her breast milk. So it's a wonderful, very, very wonderful pastimes which has happened. The last prayer of Damodarastakam, which Satyavrata Muni had, of course, this lila which I'm narrating, this is just normally there are many, many sadhus who will actually describe this lila in the course of a month, because this Damodar lila pastimes, which is narrated over several scriptures, beginning from Bhagavatam, and then the writings of the Goswamis and the Bodhisattva Prabhu. So many, many great Vaishnavas, they will describe this lila over the course of the month of Damodara. So what I've been talking the last 3 days is just a summary, basically, just a summary. So the last verse of Damodarastakam is the Satyavrata Muni is offering his prayer. Namastos to damne spura dipti damne twadiyo darayata visvashodamne namo radikaya twadya priyaya namo nantalilaya divaya tubhyam. So this is Satyavrata Muni is saying that, "Oh Damodara, I offer my respectful obeisances to the celebrated rope binding your belly. Namaste Studabne Spuradiptidamne. I offer my obeisance to that rope that binds your belly, for it is an abode of brilliant effulgence. I offer my respectful obeisances to your belly, which supports the entire universe of moving and non-moving entities. I offer my respectful obeisances again and again to Srimati Radhika, your most beloved, and I offer my respectful obeisances to you, my divine Lord, who performs unlimited transcendental pastimes." So here, Satyavrata Muni is offering obeisances to everything. My obeisances to the rope which binds your belly, my obeisances to your belly, which is the support of the whole universe. It is support of everything, both moving and non-moving entities. And my obeisances, Namo Radikaya Twadya Priyaya Namo Dantalilaya Devaya Tubhya. So therefore I offer my respectful obeisances to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, Srimati Radhika, because Srimati Radharani, she is the queen of this month. She is the queen of the Kartik month, the month of Damodara. She bound Krishna with her love. She bound Krishna with her love, so therefore Krishna is always remains submissive to Srimati Radharani. That many times, whenever she expresses her anger towards Krishna, it's called man, her jealous anger towards Krishna. So Krishna will always find different ways to pacify Srimati Radharani. Always find different ways to pacify her. The famous verse in the in the Govinda Lilamrita, whereby Krishna say, Dehi Pada Palavamudaram, that my dear mistress, let me serve your lotus feet. Dehi Pada Palavamudaram. There is this place in Imlitala. This is the spot where Krishna, where actually I think it was Sevakonj behind Imlitala. This is where Krishna was actually massaging the feet of Srimati Radharani. Because Srimati Radharani, she had become she had expressed anger towards Krishna, so she left the arena. So Krishna came there and he was worshipping lotus feet. So Srimati Radharani, she bound Krishna with a rope of love. So therefore Krishna is always submissive to her. A lot of pastimes. So Namo Radhikaya Twadaya Priyaya Twadaya, that you belong to Srimati Radharani. And then Namo Nantalila, that I offer my obeisances to your unlimited pastimes. To your unlimited pastimes. Because Satyavata Muni, he is in a Dasya Ras, Dasya Bhav. So in this Dasya Bhav, he always making his offering his prayer, his offering his respect to all these wonderful leelas, wonderful pastimes of Lord Krishna. So the Kartik Mass is finishing in about a couple of days. Today is Dwadasi. Some people finished yesterday because some persons they observe Chatumash from Ekadasi to Ekadasi. Some persons, some Sampradaya from Ekadasi to Ekadasi. So some finished yesterday the Chatumash, and the last Ekadasi is the last day of Chatumash. But ours is Punim to Punim, from Punima to Punim. So which means the next Punim, which is on Monday, this will be the last day of our Kartik, the last day of our Mass. Whereas other people, they finished yesterday, and that's why the marriage ceremony is beginning from today, because the Chatumasha is over. But we have 3 more days to go. Well, so we're going to finish on Monday. So anyway, it's been a wonderful thing to be able to say something about the pastimes of Lord Damodara, Krishna in the form of Damodara. And it's also good for those who are able to hear something, because the both the speaker and the hearer, we all get some benefit. We get benefit from speaking, and we also get benefit from hearing. So in this month, we have to constantly hear and chant the Lord's pastimes, the Lord's activities. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Sri Damodar ki, Ishvara Damodar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gopi Madande.